So, sneak onto a long... Lost colony ship and skip it across the system. What could go wrong?
That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain? We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fenhill, but I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more, and nothing less. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the Halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
I get that you board types are all about efficiency, but isn't this a bit much?
I'm asking your captain to amputate a rotting limb from the colony. I'd expect you to understand, Dr. Fenhill.
You're a monster.
Someone has to be. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you. You replaced a loyal, if hard-headed, town leader with a revolutionary. Adelaide's people have turned Edgewater into a hub of dissidents. These people are dangerous. They're going to become more dangerous after the collapse. We need to put them down. Now. The dissidents currently occupying Edgewater answer to no one. They're an unknown, unpredictable variable, and I can't have that. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed. Don't fool yourself. The dissidents occupying Edgewater are rebels harboring dangerous and seditious ideas. Left to their own devices, their numbers will grow. Graham Bryant and his merry band of morons caused enough trouble on Monarch. I won't risk the same thing happening in Edgewater. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you. And I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order. Not true. You can choose to say, "Yes, ma'am," or "At once, Madam Adjutant," or "As you wish," or even, "I'll take care of it."
I won't. You're better than this, Captain. You have to be. Don't make me choose between you and Edgewater, Captain. Between you and my people. Please.
I'm glad you can keep control over your associates. Edgewater is beyond saving. We're going to have to erase the town, but we're going to do it systematically. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. Do you remember what you discovered there? There was an accident at the Emerald Vale geothermal plant many years ago. Automechanicals turned hostile and slaughtered the plant's workers. Tragic, really. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an insurance claim. They outfitted their mechanicals with a termination protocol, which is exactly what we need. The insurance claim has been locked in committee for years, but the individual responsible for the accident was promoted for lateral thinking. I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater. These mechanicals have been equipped with the same termination protocol, which must be activated from a terminal in the plant. Once the mechanicals are finished cleaning out Edgewater, I'll need you to go in and clean out the mechanicals. Understand? I would never ask you to walk into Edgewater and slaughter everyone with your own two hands. We're not savages. One last thing. Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little misadventure in the geothermal plant. Tread lightly. I like you, Captain, but you're not worth that much paperwork. I prefer keeping our relationship strictly off the books. Report back to me when the job's done.
So, sneak onto a lost colony ship and skip it across the system? What could go wrong?
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain. Remember that you are not in.
Describe the nature of the accident. Let's say catastrophic It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. This area is currently experiencing a surprise audit. Turn around and head back to your designated workplace or domicile. Oh, yes. Absolutely. A real stickler for the rules. Hard-ass Hogarth, that's what they call me. That's Hogarth with 1 G, by the way, if you're putting in a good word with the Honorable Adjutant. Don't let me get in your way. Go on through.
Got my sights on you.
System.
Their mistake.
When I was stranded in Emerald Vale, I simulated a number of hypothetical scenarios in which Edgewater met its demise. Death by automechanical was number 57. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain. Remember that you are not in...
I've just been informed that the problem of Edgewater has been permanently resolved. I know, but you acquitted yourself. You should be proud of yourself, Captain. You're on the verge of making history. I've made arrangements for you to journey to the Hope. You will board your former colony ship, react. Once the Hope is in position, we will have everything we need to begin. Technology, Captain. The same technology that allowed you and your fellow colonists to make the journey from Earth to Halcyon. Under the Lifetime Employment Program, every suitable worker in Halcyon. I won't lie to you. We're going to have to dispose of some of the Hope. But try to understand, many of your fellow settlers are beyond saving. Convenience. The Hope is a massive ship and we'll need to make use of it. Our facilities in Tartarus will... The Hope has been out of commission for years. You'll need to connect your own ship, then make your way to the Hope's bridge. Your ship's computer will activate the Hope's skip drive. I have the highest faith.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Adjutant Akande has instructed me to reward you for information leading to... Quite so, sir.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship. We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra too. Or the Sun. Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxiation due to loss of pressurization. Are you breathing comfortably, Captain? I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
That ought to do her, Captain.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Ms. Conde messaged ahead. I wish this place were in better condition for you, but we're in a bit of a bind. Seems the damn auto mechanicals think we're intruders. Do I look like an engineer? Alls I know is, they're shooting at... We shut off the main power, so they're disabled for now. But if you go hooking your ship up, I suspect they'll recharge. And that means trigger-happy auto mechanicals. I'm not going to get in your way, but I'm also... We tried that. Didn't work. We stored what cards we could find in the badge station to my right, but it's locked off. Can't just hand over whole property. Sorry. I'd heard rumors, but I never thought. So you're, what, 70-something years old? Whew. All right. I'll have someone open the door for you. Good luck.
Error. Hulk crew data not found. Identify yourself. Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical. Unexpected.
Watch out!
Should we assign Sam for a cleanup?
That does it.
Make him regret it! Everyone all right? Can we talk?
So we're really gonna do this? I've seen lots of crazy, Captain, but Phineas is in a class of his own. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terra 2's orbit right under the board's nose? Something tells me you're the first person to ever utter those words, Captain. I think this whole plan's insane, but it'll make a good story, you know, if we survive. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme? I'm gonna try to forget that you've been calling the shots this whole time. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this? I'd settle for a bottle of whiskey and some lubrinicine, but I've never been much of a self-starter. Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. The part with the Hope, I mean, not the other thing. It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks Even the bribes are overpriced. Interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made... Lots of them, unfortunately. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders. That's what I've been saying.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Certainly. You may skip the Hope to Tartarus, as you were instructed to by the adjutant. Doing so would bring the Hope within close proximity of Phineas Wells's orbital lab, allowing him to access the colonists frozen within. Your act would be immediately noticed across Terra 2, as the colony ship Hope abruptly enters into the planet's rings. Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to Tartarus. I wouldn't advise that, Captain.
In case I don't get another chance to say it, it's been interesting, Captain.
Admitting a deficit? My, you never cease to amaze me, Captain.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years, on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are a go. Captain, I would... Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Tartarus's orbit. The board has initiated contact. I believe they're eager to speak with you once you've returned to the ship.
Did we move? I hardly felt a thing.
Was that an attempt at humor, Doctor? Certain levels of drollness are difficult for me to discern.
Error. Hope crew data not found. Identifier. Error. Hibernation pod registered. A fine of 10,000 bits will be...
違う。
They can't keep us out.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande. Captain, you have an incoming transmission from Tartarus.
Attention, Captain of the Unreliable. This is Chairman Rockwell. I'm on Tartarus and, we need your help. That crackpot scientist has caused a riot among the prisoners and unpaid laborers. It's a law-damned bloodbath down here. As if that weren't enough, he's gone and taken Sophia hostage. I don't know. They're in the pits somewhere. He lost his mind years ago. Do you have any idea how many Hope colonists... Among other things, we can't run this place... Make haste, Captain. We're losing men by the... Oh, fuck. Fuck! They're at the door! I need to hide. Hurry!
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air...
Oh.
So long as I can recall, I've been eager to get back at the board for fucking my life up. Here we are about to go rescue them? They better shower us in riches and accolades.
Captain, the board does have a reputation for cleaning up loose ends, which could now mean us.
Captain, your service to the board has been invaluable. If you wish to claim your rightful place in Byzantium, you must help them crush the riots in the labyrinth.
Don't take it personal. That's just a Tuesday for the board.
If they offer us a retirement plan, we'll know they've reneged on their deal. Otherwise, I'm keeping good faith. Byzantium wants the best of society. That's us.
Hey, don't look at me. You already know what I think about the board.
They can't stab you in the back if I'm watching it, Captain.
Whatever may await you, it's best not to dock at the prison until you're sure you've settled your affairs and closed out any unfinished business.
Are you kidding? You get invited to the most interesting parties. I'm in.
I'm with you to the end.
I ain't abandoning my crew, Captain.
In my experience, you can try to run, but the past always catches up in the end. I'm committed to seeing this through.
Reminder, this unit is no longer under warranty.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Wow. 決めるしかないのか。どちらかを。サム強くね？ 点の前か。やってないのは結構あるから。やりに行きますか。ここら辺の惑星やってないけどね。
It's a touch different from the ones I've seen. Shouldn't be so hard to get it patched up, though.
Reminder, large jobs take Sam longer to clean. Preparing to neutralize and sanitize.
Repairs required.
Resuming passive mode.
Processing.
Aliens clean, mean, and ready to kill germs. And now we can cycle complete.
Unexpected system alert.
Invasive contaminants detected. Preparing body bag for use.
Poor fella. You think he did it to himself, Captain? That's real sad. bragging, Dad.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on... Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
My comm center already got an update ping from the back. Thanks. That? Looking at the transmission logs, the relay hasn't received a single unencrypted message in the past 36... Well, whatever's the cause, the Thanks again for saving my derriere. I secured quite the payment authorization.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
Hey, Max.
What?
You really think we all have a purpose? That everything happens for a reason?
It's not really that simple, but yes, fine. Anything else?
Anyone with eyes to see would not be shocked to hear that the colony is dying, choosing to save themselves and their families and friends at the expense of the rest of... Yes, of course. Your instincts haven't failed us so far. Anything... I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. What about you? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. That seems a dangerous proposition. A commendable act.
Something on your mind?
Hey, Cap. I'm still not quite sure what to make of that Max fellow. Shit. Thanks, Cap.
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
That episode from a few weeks ago.
Spacer's Choice, Zero G Group, and airless virtual.
My dear fellow.
All right, how does this sound? Oh, I'm sorry.
All natural, all good.
If you could just lead me back to the ship, I'm sure there's something I ought to be fixing now.
Great! You made it! Listen, I know you're expecting us. We gave the other actors real weapons to keep things authentic. And because Josh is paying to see their logo. See, I knew you'd get... Now go in there, find your mark, and show us what...
Well, well. Here to stop us at last, Captain Steele? You're too late. All of this settlement CNP Hungry Time food pills, same nutritional value, but now with added filler, are ours. With their patented stomach stuffing effects and baseline vitamin content, we will be nigh unstoppable. They are? What an unexpected twist. You may have fooled me for now, but not for long.
Reminder! Prolonged exposure to germicidal fumes kills brain cells.
Do you remember the last time we faced each other? The Battle of Axejack, staring one another down across the void of space while flaming debris fell like rain around us. I see you haven't changed a bit, Steele. I had you surrounded and outgunned, but you overcame my superior numbers with tactical thinking and a Hammersmith limited edition grenade launcher. I've been waiting for 5 years now, and at last my day for vengeance has come. I just got chills. But still, you'll not stop me now. I have this whole port wired with sub-micro energon transistors. Once we're away, I'll activate the gamma particulate field, and the quantaponic chain reaction will turn this whole place into vaporized plasma.
Plasma's already a vapor-like kind of thing. You can't re-vaporize it. Can you?
Quiet. You're supposed to be an extra. I hope you've paid your burial fees and signed your personal death and dismemberment waivers because this is the end for you. You're not even taking this seriously. I refuse to work like this. I've done Aetherwave spots for Wentworth, I'll have you know. To the break room, everyone. I need my Moab fizzy tea.
Cut! That's fantastic. With actors like you, who needs writers? Let's take 5.
That was brilliant stuff. Do you... Hey, time is bits, right? I'm gonna have to fire the writing staff. What do those anemic fuckwits know about dialogue? I'm thinking a whole new script. More pirates, bigger explosions. You flicking... Here, this is for your work today. I'll be in touch once we get that script.
Crew report. Nyoka is drunk. Surprise.
There's my parents' place. Smell that?
Marilyn, is that you?
Lars, we certainly didn't expect to see you like this. And I didn't expect you to renew your marriage contract. But we're all full of surprises today, aren't we? Speaking of surprises, you should... I don't know what to say. He's usually not like this. Come on, you're supposed to help me make an impression. Anyway, you're probably wondering where I've been all this time.
Not...
The last few years have been a bloody haze. You wouldn't believe the messes we've got, right? Yep, we're a pair of disgraceful lowlifes.
Marilyn, this really isn't the best time. Perhaps you should go.
We'll stay as long as we like. And while we're at it, we'll drink. He's right. Since when can you afford authentic?
That's what we've been trying to tell you, dear, but...
We thought you were dead. I'm not dead. I just never wanted to talk to you again.
I'm afraid the distinct...
We only did what any grieving parents in our position would do. We collected on your life insurance policy.
And the payouts have been rather,
You what? Well, now that I'm...
It's not that simple. For one thing, we'd have to cut back.
Why did you do that?
We had to explain your disappearance somehow.
We couldn't very well tell people you'd run off. The neighbors would talk, and not...
We concocted a story about Celeste Jollycurl designing a pair of 12-inch heels.
One of a kind, naturally.
That led to your tragic death when you tripped and broke your neck.
It was quite the story. People were talking about it.
Damn right, Captain. Fine. I'm gone. Forever this time.
Let's talk outside. A word, Captain?
Can you believe those two? We'd hardly been there a minute and they turned us out like yesterday's garbage. But not like I wanted. I had it all planned out. They'd both be sitting there watching one of their vapid Mother would drop her mock apple cider, and the glass would shatter all over their overpriced marble. Father... I'd have a great one-liner in the tube. I was thinking either the leather's fake, but the scars are real. Yeah, I'm gonna use that one day. Now, get it? Father would throw his hands up, because this would be just like me, to come back and make a big... Then, Mother would do the old, "You had us worried sick." Her eyes would be red, and she'd have her fist in... I'm not hurt. I'm outraged. I just didn't want to get booted out of the house I grew up in like that. I'd love to know how you describe getting knee. I know. This just needs something worse. There, that's what I was talking about. Unless you mean the kind who'll look out for you to blink so they could swipe your bits. The gal... Anyway, I don't want to sift through this lousy experience. Wait a second. I could open a new account, designate that account holder as a sole beneficiary. All the payouts would go... I'll make money without doing a thing. My policy is with the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group. Maybe you could use some of your people skills. If that doesn't work, I'm sure we can...
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill? Ellie.
Guess we're going to Fallbrook.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay?
Back from delivering to that house with a strange family.
The ones that always smell like raw meat and got splotches.
I see you're still in one piece. However, you never know when that could change. Note that all of your fragments must be recovered and must be smaller than... I remember that one. That's the young socialite who...
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find... You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that... Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room. And you'd, theoretically, but you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be from... I'm forbidden from accepting bribes. The employee handbook doesn't say anything about that. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the... I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it. Hey, you did the real work. All I had to do was not be... I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe... Sure. You did my job, so here's your fee. See? Even after all your starry-eyed talk, you're a mercenary at heart. Same as me. Yeah, never hurts to get a friendly you know? I hear you there. You know, I'm thinking I ought to find another... Hey, let's not get all mushy. Anyway, enough chit-chat.
Sam, my vacuum tubes require evacuating. No, not those. The ones in port. Yeah. We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Quiet as the grave in here. We should get the power generator going again. Might cheer up the place. Inside voices. Let's give these little fellas a wide berth, Captain.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove... A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just...
Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station. We'd hate to leave this location undefended after a close call with outlaws. That should have been fixed by now.
I guess you say words have power. You proved them true.
Proximity analysis. External fill sterilization measures employed. Caution. Contact with electrical currents can be lethal. To
What? あ、ダメなんだ。
They've been left here all alone. Job done. We can go home to the ship, right? I've been missing Ada fierce. Hold on a tick. Don't we know Chartrand? From Cascadia?
I am a dirty, autonomous digital astro. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
What a mess! What a mess!
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll... I'll have those dismantled. You can never be too careful when moving into... Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resist... I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage. That's right. Up until now, I've kept you in the dark for your After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't... You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of... Maybe the worst. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in... Before we go any further... You call that an open mind? Aliens. I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it.
This doesn't feel at all right, Captain.
The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blind... I assume... If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and commitment. Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they haven't all been replaced. This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us. No kidding. When I lined up the evidence in my spreadsheet, there was only one possible conclusion. Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her... She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase, and now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 10. It's cute that you'd think that about me. I just want to add Savior of Humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides... This keycard will get you through the front door of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask how I got it. You might not like the answer. But...
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge? Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1080. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
You think the privy's gold-plated too?
あれいないな。どうやって入るんだ。これか。
New area discovered. Preparing to sanitize.
That's far enough. What are you doing here?
How did you even get inside? You're in my house, and I'm not fucking around. Start talking. My what conspiracy? Let's talk about this. Please, I think there's been a crucial misunderstanding. Just give me a second to explain myself. If you still want to shoot me, at least it'll be for an accurate reason. If you came looking for some elaborate scheme, it isn't here. All I'm doing is trying to keep Halcyon alive.
What are you doing, Doctor? This information is beyond classified.
You can write me up in your report. It hardly matters. I'm researching a new way to feed the colony. The crops we transplanted from Earth don't give us the nutrients we need. Our colonists might not realize it yet, but they're starving. The food we grow here barely sustains human life. The colony won't last under these conditions. So, the board let me approach the problem from a different angle. I believed that I could adapt humans to live on Halcyon's terms. That I could change us. Give us the ability to derive sustenance from the nutrients the food does have. Not for lack of trying. I wanted to save them all, but I wasn't strong enough. I wouldn't allow us to experiment on convicts or the unemployed. It's wrong, no matter what the law says. Everyone agreed. We accepted the risks. I'm desperate. I've already asked all the best institutes on Earth for help. Years ago, we sent a message out on the Cornelius Vanderbilt, but heard nothing back. One of the two Earth Directorate assault cruisers, assigned to patrol the Halcyon system. It's been missing for over 2 years now. They never re-established contact after the skip to Earth. Of course, the board is keeping that under wraps.
How'd you lose half a pair of ships like it were a sock?
The board is uneasy about letting the colony know, seeing as half of their military force vanished without a trace. I'd prefer if you didn't use my name when you talk about this. My contract has a list of very terrible consequences for breaking secrecy. You could always shoot me. I assume that's why you're here. If I die, there's no one who can reproduce our work. Every sacrifice will have been for nothing. And we'll be no closer to a solution that feeds the colony.
Seems like she's trying to help, Captain. Honest help. Ain't many in the colony doing that. We should let her try.
Everything I did was for the good of the colony. Consider that. You won't regret this. I'm still far from the breakthrough I need, but you're at least giving me a chance. For now, I'd better pack up the lab and head somewhere discreet.
Not so fast. Captain, what you just learned is beyond your clearance. Hell, it's beyond mine. Give me one reason why I should let you walk out of here alive. Wrong answer.
Here they come! Gotta get down!
Are not equipped to provide medical aid. Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
正解だって言われてもね。
Hey! Stop that! What do you think you're doing? Ah, sorry for the misunderstanding.
誤解も何も気に。
The board is our best and only chance at survival. People will learn to accept that.
普通に見られてたかな。いや、ワイルだったのかな、普通に。リリアさんなんか怒るんじゃない？めっちゃ。
I believe you're... Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Is it done? Well, damn. Contractor grew a conscience. As your employer, I'm both angry. Technically, I owe you an exit interview. Care to justify your betrayal of our speech? You're awfully quick to trust someone out of my office.
You think maybe she's got an itchy trigger finger?
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the... We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Rats. Let's clear this sulfur-sodden fucks out so Hayes can rest in peace. Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hire. I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took... I should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the... And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Thanks. I'm still not convinced I won't come to... Now, come on. Let's make tracks before Hiram...
So much for peace and quiet. And I don't see an Insta-coffee in your hand. Oh, great. I love doing pro bono work for friends.
Aw, you called us friends. I'd normally entertain your self-aggrandizing delusions, but...
Important to you is not the same as important to me. Although I do recognize that you... Tug on my heartstrings, why don't you? Look,
Rebecca Hodges and Anders Wadsworth. They took a UDL contract.
If UDL hired 2 hunters back then, it would have been for creature clearing purposes. These are the coordinates for the outpost under the last UDL contract. Give my regards to Phineas.
You seen Arthur today?
You'd think folks were pissing in the alleyways as bad as it.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
I'd wager this is the outpost. Rebecca! Anders! Come on out! I can handle this. Take a gander. Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
Oh, Nyoka. I'm so sorry.
They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. I'd to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister. At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the man. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might... That'd be boring. Never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we?
Where are we headed today, Captain? The stars are the limit. Destination reached. Scylla.
I got a real problem with this.
Salutations. This unit's primary function is current active command. This unit is removing rock matter in brevity identified. Affirmative. Thank you for your consumer loyalty, Junior Excavator. Greetings, Junior Excavator.
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. What's up? Outstanding. These ought to be enough. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon. Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Rest of us just thought it sounded... Fucking right we are.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one toilet on the ship. We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Whew, here we go. I haven't set foot in here since... Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm, but I ain't. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness, at least. It's because there's no escaping it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca and Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first. More like attached at the hip to her older sister. Got a kind of... She had a head for numbers. Helped us trade hides for food and materials. Negotiated contracts. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal. Incoming, Captain! I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes... That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but... Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
I guess.
Knock, knock.
Said you docked 3 days ago?
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
Ah, 次回最後になりそう
Now,
だ
hold
な。
on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagining that makes me sick.
That's why we don't miss.
Hmm. じゃあ、というわけで、次回は多分最終回になるのかな。ほぼ無言でしたけど、まあこんな感じで終わりたいと思います。お疲れ様でした。